There's one part of southern Thailand that's closer to my heart than any other. I'm talking about the province of Chumphon. This is going to be the final stretch, the final leg of this southern tour. I love this province. I actually used to live here for 3 years. I worked in a private school here, I was a teacher, and I lived at the beach, and I lived a really happy life. And after 3 years, I decided to move to Australia and pursue other things. But eventually, when I came back to Thailand, I always missed Chumphon. It's a very special province. Beautiful coastline, beautiful roads, mountains, all sorts of things to experience. Zelda is hanging in there. She's doing well. She is really enjoying this southern road trip. And the plan for this video is to just slowly wind our way up the coastline of Chumphon. We'll hug this scenic route along the coast. I can't wait to get stuck into Chumphon and see what we've got in store. So come and join us as we road trip through Chumphon, one of the most beautiful, one of the most underrated parts of Thailand. That's cool, isn't it? They've got like a temple inside a concrete ship. This is the part of the tour where I really start to slow it down, because I've started to see Bangkok on some road signs. And I know that I'm nearly home, and when I get home, well, I'm back to normal life. I'll have to start planning the next trip. We've got Chumphon, Prachuap Khiri Khan. We'll pass through Hua Hin. I might even nip over to Koh Tao, because that's not too far away from Chumphon. You can get the Lomproya speed catamaran. It takes about an hour and a half. And I haven't been to Koh Tao in years. And then we've got Ratchaburi, Petchaburi, and all the way up, beautiful Thai countryside. So I'm just going to stick to this beautiful scenic route. We'll stick to the coast. We'll go inland. We'll just see wherever the wind takes us. Nice big posh house on the beach. Lovely. It's a good life down in here in Chumphon. I had many happy years down here. Great people, people who just want to live on the beach, but you know, away from busy life, tourist life. It's a very local part of the country. Man, I had so many happy years in this province. I can't wait to explore it properly over the next few days. It might even take 2 or 3 videos, because I'm really wanting to slow it down, slow it real down. Stay on some of these beautiful stretches of beach, head inland, see what's going on in the mountains of Chumphon, eat some seafood. Oh, I'm so excited.
Close your eyes, hear the voice within calling. This heavy load got under your skin, all in. You got the white knuckles holding on it tight, keeping your feelings bottled up inside. Heading for collision in the night. To really live, you gotta die. Breathe in, breathe out. Hey, come alive. Breathe in, breathe out. Look at the colors, colors, colors around.
Zelda just gave up. What's gone on? Did the chain come off? Having some mechanical issues. Just coming down this beautiful country road in search of something nice, I don't know. Hello. And I don't know, the engine just gave up on me. Okay. False alarm. That's never happened before. I was just literally cruising along, engine cut out. I thought I might have hit the kill switch by accident, but no, I haven't. But just look at these beautiful coconut trees everywhere you look. This is one of those provinces that my camera will never do justice. It's definitely more of a feeling exploring Chumphon. It's not something I can capture. Oh my god! Sorry. This beautiful tree, which has these really sharp spikes coming off the sides, which is one thing, but the cool thing is, this is the tree that bears this fruit. So this fruit, you see it in the supermarkets in Thailand, you see it all over the place. I never saw it growing in the wild. And here it is, growing on the bottom of this plant. You'll know what it is if you've seen it in Thailand. It is actually really delicious. But yeah, never seen it growing in the wild. There you are. See, Zelda? We learn something new every day. So this stretch of road on the Chumphon coast is gorgeous. They actually call it the Thailand Riviera. It stretches from the southernmost point of Chumphon all the way up to Prachuap Khiri Khan. You'll pass by lots of shrimp farms. That's what these are. These spinning things keep the oxygen flowing in the water, which keeps the prawns very healthy. You'll go past thousands of coconut farms, which are great places to stop and have a drink in the shade, and they're so beautiful. You'll also see loads of wild monkeys. These lot were actually really friendly, super curious, and they just hung out with me for about 5 minutes. It was really cool. When I got to this beautiful bridge, however, I could see something quite scary up ahead. We're still in the monsoon season, and yes, there was a huge storm up ahead. So I decided to turn left and head further inland away from the coastline just to avoid this storm. And it turns out that that was a very good idea, because just look what we found completely by accident. That storm has blown me inland because I thought I don't really want to drive along the coast in a tropical storm, so I kind of like avoided it by coming inland a little bit. And now the aftermath of the storm is hugging these mountains. I've never seen anything so epic in my entire life. This has to be one of the most beautiful roads in the kingdom. I've never even driven it before. I don't even know the name, but just look at the surroundings. It's like a lost world, something out of Jurassic Park. It is so epic. This road carries on around these mountains and over towards Ranong, a different province on the Andaman Sea side of Thailand. And it looks like these people here have built some little houses, and there's a little village up ahead. And it's coming up to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so I think I'm going to try and find a place to stay around here because it just looks epic. And it just seems to be... I didn't expect it to be this beautiful in the inside of Chumphon. I mean, we're literally just off the main road. The main road that goes from Suratthani to Bangkok. It's called the Highway 4, I think. And it's a boring highway, and if you ever drive through southern Thailand, you'll know it's very underwhelming drive. But just off that, in between Chumphon and Ranong, is this. Zelda, are you having fun? It's good to be back on the road, isn't it? So let's see what we find. I'm going to continue down this beautiful valley. We'll go around and yeah, let's see if we can find a place to stay and enjoy these mountains a little bit longer, because I'm not ready to go back to the coast just yet. If you've been following along with this Southern Thailand road trip series, you'll know that Ekster have been sponsoring some of my adventures. And today they're sponsoring us again because they've got a brand new sale, a brand new product that they want me to tell you about. For nearly a year now, they've been keeping me organized with all of their travel wallets and their vacuum travel bags. And I've actually been testing this brand new Travel Pack Vacuum Kit Pro Premier on this trip. We all have the same problem, right? We want to pack as many things as we can into the smallest space possible. This brand new bag compresses your clothes by up to 60%, so I'm able to fit way more into the same bag. I can compress 10 days worth of clothes into a tiny bag like this and fit it in my carry-on. This new bag has some incredible upgrades as well. This new pump valve in black, which you charge by USB-C, is amazing, and it's even more powerful than the previous model. And as you travel around and your clothes get dirty, this also doubles as a fantastic laundry bag. And right now they're celebrating their 10th anniversary sale with up to 40% off across the site. But if you use my code PDOYLE in capital letters, you'll unlock 50% off selected products. That means an extra 10% discount on eligible items when you enter the code PDOYLE. As usual, I'll leave the link in the description if you do want to use the discount and get yourself some fantastic travel products for your next trip. Okay. Success. I love Thailand and I love Chumphon because I was this close to running out of battery. I had 1% left. I found a 7-Eleven, I pulled in and I quickly searched for a hotel in these mountainous regions and there was only one. So I saved it and I made a beeline and thankfully I made it all the way here. It's about 10 minutes away from that epic drone shot you saw. And this is it here. So apologies, I don't know the name, but it's all in Thai. I will link it in the description as usual with all the other locations. There's 3 little bungalows, but they're all full. But then in the back of the house, on the other side, this is just in a little village, by the way, in the middle of all of these beautiful mountains. They've got some more rooms, and thankfully they had 1 room available. I feel like this is actually a really cool thing, so let me explain. So this is the beautiful house where I think the owners live, and it's gorgeous, and I've just parked Zelda under here. She's all muddy and dirty already. Just cleaned her the other day. So you come down here. So this is my room here, B3. I haven't checked in here yet, but I think this must be the toilet. Aha! Okay, so there's a hot shower, there's a toilet, there's a sink. And then in here, we've got the room, or the bed. Double mattress, pillows, aircon if you need it, a little telly, and then it's one of these little glamping things. There's this beautiful little outside area, nice little net for you to lie in there and chill, and a beautiful view. It's a bit rainy and there's another storm cloud going through the valley again now, coming this way. 1,500 baht to stay here. But what's cool is as soon as I got here, she said, do you want to go on the morning sunrise tour at 5:30 in the morning in a truck or something? And I can pay an extra 150 baht to join everyone else who's staying here to go do the sunrise tomorrow morning, which is cool. So I was going to kind of like drive around and enjoy the morning anyway, but now I get to go on a little tour thanks to this little guest house in the middle of nowhere in Chumphon that I found by accident with 1% battery, escaping the storm. I just love how things come together when you're out in Thailand. When you're traveling Thailand and you're off the beaten path, some of you might think, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know where to stay. There's nothing to do there. What do I do in this middle of this random province I've never heard of? Just get out here and travel around, explore. Adventure will find you if you look for it. It's not going to land on your lap. And these kind of adventures only happen when you get out into the provinces and you go looking for them. Okay, let's head out and see if we can find some dinner. I was cold and I was wet and I was desperate for a spicy Thai food dinner. All I had to do was try and find some. According to Google Maps, this is a little restaurant. I thought, oh, I'll go for a quick walk, find dinner. Looks like I might have to get on the bike and go into the village. But it was beautiful back in the day. Okay, welcome to the village. What a beautiful little village it is, just surrounded by these beautiful limestone formations. There's a gorgeous roundabout. What is it with southern Thailand and epic roundabouts? Do you remember that roundabout we saw, where was that? In Krabi. And it was surrounded by mountains. It's very much similar to this, but I don't have my drone with me right now. Okay, it's charging. There's a trusty 7-Eleven, an ATM, and a bunch of places to get some food. I spy with my little eye something beginning with Pad Kapow. Pad Kapow place is closed. Damn it! Across the street, I found this lady selling bags of curries and delicious Thai food. I picked up some moo krop and a local southern Thai curry. I took it home, I found some bowls, I had some white rice, and I had quite the dinner with quite the view. I've said this 1,000 times, and I'll say it 1,000 times more, but there is nowhere like Thailand. Finding this delicious food with this view, it's just not normal, guys. I went to bed nice and early because, like I said, I had to set my alarm for 5 o'clock in the morning the following day. My 150 baht sunrise tour included a transfer from the hotel in the back of this truck. We went through the village, up the wet, slippy roads, and into the mountains. I kind of thought that I could probably go up here on my own, on my motorbike, but I'm so glad that I paid for this tour because the road got crazy steep, crazy wet. It was just, you could never get up here unless you had a dirt bike and you had enduro and helmets. Like, we got stuck. It was quite insane, quite scary, very Thai. Like, health and safety, like, forget about it. Like, but we got up there eventually. We're alive.
ตรงนี้ขึ้นยากสุดเลยใช่ไหมพี่
ใช่ตรงนั้นแหละ
ตกล
ถ้าง มันตกล่องเราก็จบ
ที่รถมันไหลใช่ไหมพี่เป็นไรตกลง
That was quite the steep climb on the back of that truck. There's a few hairy moments. I'm not gonna lie, we did get stuck twice and he had to reverse and like bounce himself out of a little hole. There are 2 platforms, one just up there where everybody else is, and there's one here just a little bit further down. There are little campsites up here and people are wild camping a bit further down. And up here on the mountain it's nice and cold and fresh. And we've got the most incredible view. It's still a bit early, the sun doesn't really rise for a little bit. So as you can see, there's a lot of fog, there's a lot of low-lying cloud mist, just adds to the view. But in about 20 minutes, when the sun's a bit higher in the sky, I'm sure it will look even more epic. There's definitely not going to be a big dramatic sunrise because it's been raining all night, and as you can see, it's very grey and cloudy today. But I'm really glad to get this incredible view, and I'm just going to share with you the moments of this early morning at this beautiful sunrise. And to think, I lived in this province for 3 years and I never knew this was here, never came here. I was just living in a very small little bubble, obviously. In the heart of these mountains is a temple surrounded by very loud insects. And there's a sign that says Grand Canyon. I checked on Google Maps and it looks like a little local watering hole. There's a nice little trail at the back of the temple. Gorgeous, isn't it? Oh wow, it's like a gorge. Some people's shoes are here. I've rolled up my trousers. I'm going to embrace having wet feet because they're already wet from yesterday's rain. And then we'll go down and see where this Grand Canyon leads to. It is very pretty though. If you come here, bring a towel. You're gonna get wet. I love this rock. I hope it doesn't fall on me. This is so epic. So beautiful. This is so much fun. This was free. Like the temple could charge money for this. They built the staircase down here. I mean, this is one of the most beautiful things I've seen in so long. Like, just literally a tiny little sign. Look. On the side of the road saying Grand Canyon. Quick double check on Google Maps. It just said park at the temple and walk up the canyon. I mean, this is such a beautiful thing to experience. If you're in Chumphon, randomly come here. And if you've got kids, they would love this. I don't know where the day went, but after that beautiful sunrise and that gorgeous gorge, it is now 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I drove around, I got very lost, I got very nostalgic, I pulled in to have lunch and I got soaking wet 3 times and then I got dry and then I got soaked again 3 times. It was a very, very rainy afternoon. And so I pulled into, you know where the Lomproya speed ferry, the catamaran, goes from Chumphon to Koh Tao? Well, I was literally in that area and I thought, let me pull in here and hang out here for a day. And there's a beautiful national park, which I've just arrived at, called Muko. And it's a little mangrove and there's lots of crabs and mud skippers knocking about. And looks quite pretty, so we'll quickly explore this. I dumped Zelda at a hotel and threw all my clothes in the dryer at the reception. I paid 800 baht for a very basic room. It's a bit scary, it's a bit dark, but it will do. And then I was just trying to make some plans, like where shall I go next? Should we continue up north into northern Chumphon? But then I thought, well, since we're right next to the ferry, let's nip over to Koh Tao. So I booked a return speed ferry. So tomorrow morning, I'll be leaving Chumphon, going over to Koh Tao and spending a couple of days there before coming back to Chumphon and exploring more. Don't feed the monkeys. Beware of monkeys snatching things. Okie dokie. Oh, looks like we have a whale's skull. They have beautiful bride's whales in Chumphon, in the Gulf of Thailand. There are loads of whales and they all feed and swim and breed. And you can go on whale watching tours, which I definitely need to do at some point. Most of the time, these national parks never really have a very interesting information centre. And if they do, they're normally fully in Thai. Oh, this is cool. So what they do in Chumphon is they do a lot of the bird's nest soup farming. So what they'll do is there's a lot of granite and limestone mountains that come out of the sea just off the coast, and the swallows fly in there and they make a nest out of their own saliva, which is kind of disgusting, but it's worth its weight in gold because of bird's nest soup. And they heavily guard these nests, and they're worth a fortune. And it's cool to see how the men would then harvest the bird's nest, and the bird would have to make the nest again, and then they can take it and sell it to the Chinese to put in their soups. And you can see the equipment that they would have to use to climb and scrape off the nest, which is quite cool because I've always wanted to visit one of these bird's nest soup farms, but they're so protected. And I'm talking like they have speedboats with guns to warn off anyone who gets too close. And apparently there's a 1 kilometer beautiful mangrove forest trail. I feel like we've seen our fair share of mangrove forests on this tour. This is really well done. This is an excellent national park. 3 years I lived in this province. I lived at a beautiful beach, much further north up the province than this. It was called Hat Tung Walain. I made a whole video about why I moved to Chumphon, how I survived, what was I doing there, and kind of like how I grew as a person whilst living there. We're ticking off another national park. Feels good. I don't know how many we've done now, must be nearly 100. It feels like there are national parks all over the place. In Thailand, a national park can be tiny. Like this is tiny. This national park, 200 baht to get in, by the way. Beautiful though, is just a 1 kilometer circumference. So it's dead small. But doesn't mean it's not beautiful. It's just, you might be used to national parks being huge areas. And some of them are huge, don't get me wrong. Khao Yai National Park. But this one, dead small. Is that monkeys making all that noise? Because I feel like my Chumphon video for this series, many years later, will have to get cut into 2. This first half has been about getting really stuck in and finding loads of surprises. The beautiful mountain village, the gorgeous viewpoint for sunrise, that beautiful gorge, countless beaches, and getting wet. And finding beautiful places like this. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you some homework, okay? Some extracurricular activities to do. The first one is, if you want to watch my time on Koh Tao, then I'll link that video in the description, or you can click here to watch the Koh Tao video. I'll start filming that video tomorrow, so you can probably watch it already. If not, and you want to see my Chumphon video from when I get back to the mainland, that'll take a couple of weeks, but it might be ready by now. And if it is, you can click there and watch it. But we're off to Koh Tao next.